Do you want to learn how to use and 3-star with the Astro Drag's attack strategy? Well, this guide has got you covered here, from base identification to how you guys can use your free spells on these different type of bases. With that being said, let's jump straight into the guide. So you love Electro Dragons and want to learn how you guys can use the Astro Dragon attack. Well, this guide has got you covered. Now, for those of you who have never heard of the name Astro Drag, this was a name for this pure EDrag spam attack strategy when Electro Dragons sort of started to come out about a year ago. Now we're starting to see this again, and it is definitely still a strong strategy. However, it has gone through a little bit of a change. You're using the ice golems, you may bring some less freeze, you may bring another rage, especially with a level 6. So realistically, with this attack, it has always existed. It's always existed under the name of the Astro Drag. However, the thing is that it definitely has sort of faded away from the name in terms of YouTube. So that's why we're bringing it back here and bringing you guys a guide on how you guys can use this. Now, Electro Dragons are probably one of the harder troops to understand, and I can understand that. A lot of the time, a lot of people use them and they only get 2 stars. So how can I identify the base in the correct way in order to use the Electro Dragons? Well, you're looking for a base where you can easily funnel the Electro Dragons in with loons on either side, especially on this base design with the mortars, on those mortars, and then clearing off the army camps and the rest of the buildings with split heroes. That's going to get rid of those 2 sides, and this also really gives you access to being able to keep all your Electro Dragons in. Now, what's the next thing? Well, let's just take a look at the base design in general, and if we take a look at it, it is pretty compact. A large portion of these buildings are really either one tile apart or they are touching. So the idea is to really take advantage of it as you go through. Remember, you have your free spells as well. So usually you're going to be freezing up the air defenses, the eagle, the multi-inferno, and possibly the air sweeper if you can. But you're trying to use the freeze just to give yourself enough value with that. So specifically, in this case, if we're taking a look at this base design, again, you can see it's pretty compact. There's a lot of chain value on the inside of the base. Another thing to keep in mind is the air sweeper placement. This one is going to be blowing back here, which is the main reason why we are going to be setting a funnel here and here. We don't want to have the Electro Dragons move on to the outside. So instead, we are not going to have any of those Electro Dragons move on the outside until towards the very end. So realistically, so that then we can have enough Electro Dragons to gut the entire inside of the base. That is the specific idea with this attack. So you guys already know that there are no key objectives with an Electro Dragon attack strategy. All you want to be able to do is get a solid funnel and then also just send in your Electro Dragons. And from here you can see that the Ice Golem was used to tank for the Queen. You can do so. Again, it's not a bad idea, so I definitely recommend that. Try it out for yourself, see how it works. It's a great tank. And you also get a free freeze from it. Now, you can see that the Grand Warden goes with them as well. And you're going to be using that Grand Warden's ability to protect everything. So as the E-Drags move in and the Stone Slammer, you're trying to keep everything from going off towards the outside, but also you want to try and keep everything alive. Again, if we take a look at it from here, we can see that there's not too much chain value, but if we start moving into the base, you're going to notice a lot of this chain value. And again, using the free spells over the air defenses in order to protect the E-Drags is what's really important. Check out right here. That's a lot of value from right there alone. Getting a lot of value from the chain, just giving us so much value. And that is the idea of this attack. Getting as much value from the chain lightning is what's really, really important. Again, you can see from right there, getting rid of so many structures. So again, this is a really, really strong strategy. Astro Dragon is still a very, very popular one. And I would definitely say that if you are going to be using this attack, then you really want to try and make sure to identify the right base. You cannot use EDrags on every single base design. It's going to be base dependent, and it's going to depend on whether or not the base is suited for it in terms of the spacing. So let's go ahead and take a look at another example we have here for you guys. So on this base design here, what are we specifically trying to do with this? Well, we want to go ahead and set the funnel over here for the Electro Dragons, so then they're entering into the base this way. So we should have an Electro Dragon over here to set the other side of the funnel. That's a good idea because as we enter into the base, if we take a look at it from this side, we can obviously tell from here is that a lot of this is touching. So specifically, if we take advantage of how this base is designed, you see that a lot of these compartments, it's pretty compact here. It's going to be very, very easy to get through a lot of this base with just the Electro Dragons. But how are we going to deal with the Multi-Inferno that is all the way over here without an Electro Dragon? Well, we've got the Stone Summer here, and we've even got a Lava Hound to tank for the first air defense. That is specifically the reason why we're not bringing as many Loons and Electro Dragons. We also have some stuff in order to set the funnel as well. So that's why we're bringing in the Baby Dragon. So it's really important to consider every single aspect of the base before you start attacking. So this can really be including the tile gaps in between. Now, the other thing is, and I forgot to mention in the first example, you don't want to enter into the area that you want to go into and fight an air sweeper. That is not a good idea, and it can really, really make your attack, it can make or break your attack. So what you really want to try and make sure that you do, just like here in this example, setting the funnel is crucial. Having the king and queen going off on separate sides like you see here is a great example. Even though they didn't actually go off and clear two sides like the first example you saw, instead it was sort of split, and that is the idea of this. And specifically, we just want to continue the funnel with the Baby Dragon or the Electro Dragon, and then start sending the Electro Dragons in. This will include the Lava Hound, so that then he could or she could tank for the Electro Dragons as they enter into the base. Now, when you are dealing with the Grand Warden's ability, you want to keep them all alive as they start to enter. So this is almost as soon as possible, so that then you're protecting them from the Eagle Artillery, and also using the Rage so that then they can get their shots off quicker. That's why you're usually bringing a few more Rage spells. Heal can be used as well, since the heal is going to be healing up the Electro Dragons as they move through. The freeze are going to be used over those over the expos, over the air defenses, and also over multi-infernos. Really anything that gives you the freeze value, and this is what's really going to help you a lot in terms of an attack like this. Now, what about haste? You did see some haste involved as well. Well, you would be specifically using that when you're dealing with the multi-inferno and the loons. That's typically what you're going to do with the loons going through, but that is specifically the main idea with this. So this gives you guys a good opportunity to really learn this, but we have one more example here for you guys to learn how you guys can use the Electro Dragons to become much more successful with the Electro Dragon attack. So on this base design right here, you can obviously tell that the base is pretty narrow in terms of this. And again, if we take a look at the tile spacing, we notice that a good chunk of the base doesn't really have many two tile gaps, even when they have areas where there's a gap and then the wall. So that is done quite a bit here. However, we can still take advantage of different aspects of the base, especially since it's going to be very easy to clear out this side of the base, so that then we're just pathing straight in with the Electro Dragons and the Hound. Again, we're bringing the Hound here in order to tank for those Electro Dragons. So that's the idea. And we're bringing in Rage, we're bringing in Freeze, we're even bringing the heal again. The heal should be used over those Electro Dragons to get as much value as possible to keep them healed up. So that's the idea. So as you're starting to move into the base design with this, well, first of all, you really want to set the funnel. As always, any attack strategy, you want to set the funnel. So this is going to be specifically either using both the heroes or using the split heroes. Like you see here, he's only using the queen, and then he'll pop in the king in order to set the other side of the funnel, which is just near the other side of the town hall. So that's sort of the idea here. Getting rid of these defenses here, and then having the Electro Dragon move in, while this Electro Dragon is sort of moving in this way. That is what's really important. So as we kind of take a look, both of those air defenses are now going to be locked onto that to the Lava Hound, meaning that the chain value that we can get is huge. And we have the Stone Slimer going in on the back end. We're not having it go in along with the Grand Warden and the Electro Dragons, but again, we want to keep it and make sure that we have the Electro Dragons moving through the base. Grand Warden's ability should be used to protect all of the Electro Dragons so that then they can really stay up. Using the freeze spells over the Expos, Multi-Infernos, the air defenses, that is what's really important. And using those rage spells to make sure that the Electro Dragons can hit faster is what's really important with this attack. So making sure that you can identify that the base is definitely pretty narrow like you saw in this example is what's really important. Now you obviously notice this didn't take all too long, so definitely this is an attack to really try out, and especially on this base, on different base designs, you really want to look for those narrow bases. So definitely, if you guys did enjoy this video, then leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss any of my guides. Also, feel free to go ahead and join the Only the Brave family. I will be leaving a link down in the description for their community or for their Discord, and I will also be leaving the Discord servers of all the clan families that I cover. Feel free to check them out. Also, feel free to go ahead and check out my community Discord and also follow me on Twitter. I will leave a link down to both of those in the description. With that being said, that's going to do it, guys, for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.